What's the business, guys? We out here now about to do a little weed eater kind of review, kind of help the new guys out, man. This is going to determine whether or not you're successful in your lawn care business. This right here, depending on what type of weed eater you have, that's going to determine your success. So let's go ahead and get you guys some information maybe that you don't know, some of the basic stuff about weed eaters and how a weed eater can be, the determining factor in your business, man. So let's check them out real quick. We got a couple echoes here, and we also got some Ryobis down here at the end that we're gonna check out. But what I really want to talk about is when you're first getting started is what type of weed eater do you go with? As you can see, they have a variety of different types, shapes and sizes. You're gonna have your curved shafts here. These are gonna be on the older echoes that I acquired actually from a customer, man. So get out there and do the work, and you never know. These two right here, like I said, a little older models, but they still get the job done. But they're curved shafts. So if you're one of those guys out there, you may be a little shorter or something like that, and that may be the route you want to go. I do prefer, the straight shafts. They're a little bit easier to use, in my opinion. Give you a little bit more reach in what you have, so you can tell they're a little bit longer on those particular ones. Now, let's move down here to these Ryobis. Now, guys, this is actually where I started at. Um, One of the main things you want to focus on when you're getting a new weed eater, you guys hear a lot of people talk about it, is going to be whether or not you're getting electric or you're getting gas. In my opinion, right now, you still probably want to stick with gas. We've had some experience with battery powered devices, and of course, they don't hold up like they need to right now as far as charge and all that kind of good stuff. So I would stick with that. And also, we want to focus on specifically what one we want to choose as far as manufacturers. Like I said, I got Ryobi sitting here, right here. And I also got another Ryobi, a little bit more commercial. Guys, the biggest frustration with this particular weed eater that I can tell you, and the reason why I actually moved the Echo, let's move on down here and check it out. As you can see, they actually have some lines still in this thing, man. I hadn't used this thing for about 3 or 4 years, and the main reason why I do not like it is this particular reason right here. Okay, this is how you're gonna change your weed eater string and head. That little bolt right there. When Ryobi first introduced their stuff, they actually had the bolt screwed in here the wrong opposite direction, the way we actually normally do things here in the United States. So, yeah, it took me a while to get the weed eater head changed, and those are kind of the frustrations that you want to stay away from. After that, I actually went to this Ryobi right here, and if you notice, most of your weed eaters are gonna be two cycle, and that's an important key factor too, that we want to make sure we get enough power, right? You see everybody saying, they range anywhere from, the lower, 18 cc's all the way up to, about 30. It's kind of where we want to be at. I have two that are actually 22 cc's, and when we say cc's, that is your combustible cycle on your weed eater, which means your pistons are firing in 2 strokes on there. That just means you're going to get more power. The higher the CCs, but that's what that actually stands for, is your combustible cycle. So for every 2 stroke, that means your pistons are firing up and down twice in that one cycle. So the more CCs you have, the more power you have to your engine on your actual weed eater. We want to stick to about 22 cc's. That's where I found the sweet spot at. Uh, let's talk about some of the drawbacks from owning the Ryobis. Like I said, we already talked about the fact that you're gonna have to, use some bolt cutters to change your weed eater head. But hey, if you're into that, that's you. The second Ryobi right here, not necessarily giving me the kind of power I'm looking for. This one's gonna be right at 20, I think, no, it's actually, I believe this one's actually 18. But yeah, this is one of the ones that's 18, which I actually started with. Yeah, let's just ignore the planes flying over the top. We'll probably cut that out and edit that out the video. Yeah, we'll look close to the airport, but anyway. So that's one of the reasons why I didn't care for this one. As far as how it's made, you want to pay attention to also on your weed eaters, the quality, the construction, whether or not you're going to be able to get your housing off, to get any kind of parts changed, anything like that. Those are key factors when you're purchasing a weed eater, because believe me, it's going to break down on you. You just want to make sure you got the right equipment to kind of get it changed, or the capabilities to get it changed. This one, it's not going to happen on the RYOBIs, and that is the reason why we moved over to the Echoes. Yeah. Now, my go-tos are going to actually be these right here. The Echo Pass 225, and then we have the SRM 225. Those are going to be my go-tos. You're looking at 22 cc's. Reason why I like Echo is because of all the experience I've had with bad weed eaters. They're comfortable, they're lightweight, they get the job done, they give you enough power, especially when you're just getting started. And guess what? They're economical. And as you can see, like I mentioned to you earlier, we always want to make sure we can access the parts. I've taken the housing off the top of this one just to kind of give you an example of how easy it is. It's just 3 little screws that'll pop off, and you're able to go ahead and get access to pretty much all the components you need to under the housing there. So, and okay, let's talk about this too. As you can see right here under this little cap, there's an actual filter. Okay, that is set there for regulation purposes, guys. All your weed eaters are supposed to be ran at full throttle at all times. If you notice, one of the main problems you'll see people have is that their weed eaters tends to clog up a little bit, gets a little slow, and that's because of that filter that's on there and it's regulated. So that means that, yeah, the manufacturer has to put that on there on every weed eater. That's why it's a common issue. Of course, in the business, we're not going to be able to run a weed eater full throttle all the time, whether it's we're just cranking it up, or we're working around flower beds, things like that, where we need to kind of ease up off the throttle a little bit. So again, we want to make sure that we're productive. So that's why you see 2 of these here. Also, the difference that you're going to find in the SRMs and the pass systems, a lot of manufacturers have pass systems. The pass systems are going to allow you to add attachments on there. Once you start looking up and down on the actual Echo products, you got to look at them and say that they're nicely designed. You don't see a whole lot of wear and tear on them. You do have some plastic on them, which you kind of want to stay away from. But one of the big things that they did do on Echo is in the past they've had these little triggers here, as you can see, which are plastic, which means they're going to break a little easier just because of the design. So they've changed the design over to what you see here. And yeah, we're going to ignore that background noise also. Striking up the band. Hope I don't get a copyright strike, but hey, we're going to end this one here in a minute anyway. We didn't want to make it too long. We just want to give you guys an idea and a clue of what you want to look for when you're starting off your business and choosing a weed eater. Don't make the mistake that I made and go with those RYOBIs without enough power, and didn't even get a chance to show you all the money that I wasted on attachments. So you guys, if you guys are looking for any of these particular products that are Echo, check out the link in the description. If you're not able to get to your local store to get one, we got another option here for you. So that's what this is all about, helping you guys level up your lawn care game and stop mistakes that I made when I first started. So let's go.